Here's a company adding jobs today. Siemens Energy is celebrating the official opening of its new wind turbine assembly facility in Hutchinson, Kansas. Siemens says the opening will create roughly 400 green jobs and is part of a series of openings across the country. Joining us to discuss the opening is Siemens U.S. CEO Eric Spiegel. Mr. Spiegel, welcome to Bloomberg News. Good to have you on, sir.
Thank you for having me on.
Mr. Spiegel, why Hutchinson, Kansas?
Well, we looked at over 80 cities and metropolitan areas in about 13 states, but there were several things we liked about Hutchinson, Kansas. One was the support we got from the city of Kansas and the county of Reno in the state was just tremendous. There's also a skilled labor force here around manufacturing from the aerospace and airline industry, which was very helpful. And also Kansas is in a good location, centrally located for transporting these big pieces of equipment that you can see behind me. These things weigh about 90 tons. And the transportation costs are quite high, so getting the location right is pretty important.
And sir, you talked about the support you received. No doubt a lot of folks are thinking jobs primarily, but did you receive any type of financial incentives or maybe tax incentives to locate in Kansas?
Well, we did receive some stimulus money, about $4 million, and we put over $30 million of our own money into this facility. And I don't know the details of all the taxes here in the state, but we did get some support, obviously, from the state and the local city.
Sir, what type of jobs are we talking about? Are we talking hourly, salaried, union jobs?
These are high-paying jobs, much higher than the average in the local area, and we're starting off with about 130 employees, mostly from the area here. And that'll be expanding pretty rapidly, ramping up to about 400 employees. But mostly it's very highly skilled labor, and obviously some plant supervision and some engineering, but mostly highly skilled labor.
Mr. Spiegel, does the United States have an energy infrastructure network in place to speak of?
I think
a little celebration, we can hear you.
Yeah, we have some fireworks going off here celebrating the plant opening outside. So can you repeat that question for me?
Yeah, I was saying, does the United States have a renewable energy infrastructure network to speak of?
We do. I mean, Siemens right now, we have a blade plant in Fort Madison, Iowa. We have an R&D center in Boulder, Colorado. We have a service center in Houston. So we have our own wind infrastructure. Most of our value added from the wind business is right here in the United States, and I think more and more the infrastructure is being put in place for the U.S. to have its own renewable infrastructure, at least on the wind side.
And sir, I was going to say, just to repeat what you just said, we're hearing some fireworks in the background because that plant did open up today. So if you can hear me, we can hear you fine. Is wind energy, in your opinion, the biggest way to decrease America's dependence on foreign oil?
No, I think it's just going to move us toward a cleaner energy future. I mean, I think we need all sources of clean energy. We're hoping to bring solar here to the U.S., and we're also investing a lot of money in clean coal. I think it's going to provide us with a lot better energy security here going forward. And I think we're also starting to make wind cost competitive. We hope over the next few years, wind is going to be comparable to conventional generation. So we just think it's a good investment, and we're getting really good support from customers. I think there's a lot of money out there that wants to be spent on renewable energy in the U.S.
How specifically can you make wind cost effective?
Well, we've been spending a lot of money on the R&D side over the last few years, improving the technology and driving down the cost. We've lowered the cost by well over 25% over the last few years. We have plans in place to continue that cost improvement, and also improving the quality of the blades and the drives.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to continue to see dramatic improvement in wind performance over the next few years.
Mr. Spiegel, in our last minute, you've no doubt heard the criticism, people saying that wind turbines cause groundwater contamination, noise, strobe effects, and some communities have even opposed placement of wind turbines, citing those health risks. How do you allay those fears?
Well, I think, look, with any new technology and anything that's new to the environment, you're going to hear you're going to hear issues come up. You know, I think we have to work with the local communities and the government to allay a lot of those fears. I think a lot of those issues have been overcome in other countries where we've been in the wind business for the last 30 years. And so hopefully we can overcome a lot of those in the U.S. But I don't think it's anything that's not insurmountable. I think wind energy is here to stay.
Any opposition in Kansas?
No significant opposition. I said we've had great support from the city of Hutchinson and the Reno County and also the state of Kansas. We had Senator Brownback here today. We had Senator-elect Moran here today. They were very supportive of what we're doing here.
All right. Siemens U.S. CEO Eric Spiegel joining us from Hutchinson, Kansas. Mr. Spiegel, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.